How you doing today, folks? So this is the second video in my Knife of the Year special. This is going to be the best slip joint of the year. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not the biggest slip joint fan. I have been getting into them recently. I got maybe 20 or 30 over the course of the year, maybe a little more than that. On the other video, I counted all this stuff up, so whatever I told you on the first one, that's accurate. Now I've kind of spaced out. I've had quite a few of them this year. They've had this big resurgence, and I've been trying to understand, what they're, why. I still don't quite get why, but I do have some that I really, really like. So this is not meant to be from big to smallest, just kind of ended up being that way. So, yeah. Anyways, so the best slip joint of the year is between the Shat and Morgan Coke bottle. This is a large Coke bottle. This is a huge ass knife. I mean, I have big hands. This fits comfortably in my hands. It doesn't have the best ergonomics. It's kind of just a straight line, but fantastic knife. Almost sold it, decided not to. Glad I kept it around. Next, we have the Great Eastern Cutlery GEC. I think this is a 43 because it's the first number. I don't know how these things are named. Doesn't say it on here, just says Great Eastern Cutlery, Oregon Trapper, traditional pocket knives. Anyways, so I'm pretty sure this is a 43. Don't remember. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. We also have a Tucson TS123. This is a titanium and copper M390 blade, very much a hyper modern traditional slip joint. This has been in my pocket and used so much. This is a great knife. This is a fantastic knife. If you can still find these, I'm not sure if they're still available or not, but they're like 50 bucks. I got this on there was a eBay coupon for 20% off, as well as I got it pretty low on the bidding war thing. So I got this for about $20. So fantastic knife. If I paid $100 for this, still a fantastic knife. Next we have is the We Knives Scamp. Now this is a knife I did not think was going to be this small, but despite its size, I can still carry it. It's more like a 2-finger knife. It literally sits right in these handles and then. But even being a 2-finger knife, it actually fits pretty well in my hand. It's again for 2 fingers. The ergonomics aren't that bad. It has fantastic action. We is always incredible, but it's definitely a weird one. So as far as the 4, which is the first one to go, honestly, it's going to be the Shat Morton Coke bottle. I really like this knife a lot. It's not the best ergonomics. The action of everything on this table, this is probably the weakest. It doesn't really have a traditional blade stop. I mean, you can stop it pretty much anywhere you want to. It'll lock out on the top piece and it'll lock out on the bottom if you get too close to it, but anywhere between the lines, like, you can stop it. It doesn't have really a good walk and talk. But it's not bad. It's not bad by any means. This is probably about 120 bucks when you can find them. I paid less than that. So the next one to go, honestly, this really surprises me, is going to be this Tucson TS123. Now, to be clear, I love this knife. As far as a slip joint, though, the action is really stiff. And I have cut myself quite a few times trying to open this thing up and getting it maybe about right there and having a finger in, and it snaps right down, and the next thing you know, I'm gushing blood. And that's not so much user error, man. The slip joint, as far as like the walk and talk, you almost did it right there. This is like a 10. If the whole walk and talk thing is a 1 through 10, this is by far a 10. If I could give it a 12, I'd give it a 12. This is a ridiculously hard pull. It has broken in quite a lot since I first got it, but it's still a very firm pull. So that's gonna go next. Now, here's where I'm going to piss some people off. As far as the looks, the Great Eastern Cutlery 43 is absolutely beautiful. It's natural micarta, this little nickel silver shield, and the bolsters, all this stuff is, it's amazing. The brass pins, like, looks wise, this is one of the favorite knives in my collection. Just looks wise. I think this just epitomizes everything I enjoy in a knife. The action is also kind of firm. It's not bad. It's not really bad at all, honestly. Probably about maybe like a 7 in terms of the walk and talk. But there's something about it that I'm just not the biggest fan of. I'm not really even sure what it is. Like when I actually open this thing up and you use it to cut, it just doesn't feel right in my hands. Which is crazy, right? Because this is definitely a bigger knife than this by far. It has a fatter handle. Like I can fit all four. Well, I can almost fit all 4 fingers, and there's a pinky hanging off. But 3-finger slip joint, 2-finger slip joint. It should be a no-brainer in regards to what's more ergonomic. But this, to me, it's not really all that ergonomic. Also, this is, even if it is kind of hard to open, it is really easy to shut. Really easy to shut, and this thing is shut on my fingers multiple times. Mind you, I know how to use a slip joint. I'm not doing cuts like this. I'm not putting pressure on the spine or the top of the blade. I'm being careful. I'm doing cuts away from me, everything else. I know how to use a slip joint, and it still has closed on my hand multiple times, even despite just the blade stop, because even though it's a firm action to open, it's nothing to close. On top of that, I think this is 440C. Now, 440C is a non-stainless steel. It's kind of a more budget steel, but it's a good steel. There's just better ones out there, and this is kind of a gentleman's knife to me because I really can't hard use this thing. If I do, the value is going to drop considerably, and again, I'm going to cut my fucking finger off, which is the bigger issue here. So, beautiful knife. I actually love this knife. This will probably never be sold, but it is not the best slip joint of the year, in my opinion. So, the winner is the WE Knives Scamp. The action is absolutely perfect. It is the same action on open as it is on close. Again, it is a thinner knife, but it is somehow very ergonomic. And look at that, man. That is beautiful. Not as beautiful as this. I want to be very clear on that, but I do really like the aesthetics of this knife. This is an S35 VN blade, so definitely on the modern front, fully titanium, with this kind of crazy anodizing, a little bit of texturing to it. It's actually a pretty busy knife. Little bronzed pivots and not a pin. It looks like a Torx. Oh, also, this slip joint you can never take apart. It is pinned together. Well, you can if you're a professional, or you're willing to risk destroying this knife. So if anything gets in here, as you can see, this whole thing is completely closed out. It's really hard to clean this knife. Is it impossible? No, but it's a pain in the ass. Another downside to this you can take apart. I have taken it apart. Comes apart very clean, very easy. And this is just that perfect kind of 5th pocket knife. For the same reason why I like big knives is the same reason why I don't like a big knife in the 5th pocket. This is too fat. It sticks out. With us not having a clip on it, it can definitely fall out of your pocket. If you choose to use a slip, that's a different story. Again, I absolutely do carry this knife, and I absolutely love this knife. But this just disappears. You put it in that 5th pocket, it sits to where this top piece or this bottom piece, based on how you want to carry it, just barely sits above the pocket. So you can put 2 fingers in, pull it out. Again, the walk and talk is fantastic. This is a small knife. This is a small knife. So for the sheeples out there, this fits wonderfully. Again, you're still getting an F35EM blades with a great braid. I cannot talk today. So a great blade steel, and it's just absolutely good to go. This has been sharpened a few times. It sharpens up beautifully. It's nowhere near as soft as the Chris Reeves F35EN steel. It's definitely on a better heat treat, or a different heat treat. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better. So you'll have a lot more edge retention. It's also a little harder to sharpen, but you can definitely get it done. But that's going to be the end of this video. I'm sorry if I pissed you off. This is all my opinion. People love GECs. I love this knife. I love this just a little bit more. So go out and pick yourself up a WE Knives Scamp. Also, GECs are for the most part discontinued, so you're going to deal secondary market prices. This is actually purchased from the Love the Knives channel, so LTK, I appreciate you, brother. Go out and buy this knife if you like slip joints. If you think that this looks stupid, if you think I'm just a fool, I challenge you to go out and grab this knife. Hell, man, if you're a knife channel and you have some decent clout in the community, I will send you this knife for review, give it back. I will find you if you don't. But I guarantee you will love this knife. Every single person I've showed this to who likes slip joints, I pull this out, they're like, Kyle, what the fuck is that? They handle it, and then they want mine, or they go out and buy their own. This is fantastic. It is an absolute sleeper, but it is an absolutely incredible knife. The best slip joint of the year for 2019 is the WE Knives Scamp. Now, as always, I love you all very, very much. Thank you for your time, your likes, your subscribes, your support, your comments. All of it means the absolute world to me. Now, please do me just this one favor and do the best you can to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. And I do promise you will find your center in life. And please, 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 for the love of God, be kind to one another. Everybody wants to complain about how negative the world is, but they don't want to do anything. I can't talk. Everybody wants to complain about how negative the world is, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Be that person and do something about it. If the world is fucked up to you, change it, man. Love each other. Move past all the drama. It'll be okay, I promise you. As always, I love you all very much, and take care. Bye.